everybody, I'm Zoe Grant, Trust Freedom to Speak Up Guardian and Head of Nursing and Professional Practice. I thought now was probably a good time to put a bit of an update out there around the Freedom to Speak Up Guardian, the Freedom to Speak Up role, and also just to remind everybody that we have 15 Freedom to Speak Up champions dotted around the organisation who are there ready to respond to any concerns that you might well have. Our normal routines are no longer new routines, and we've probably all found ourselves developing new routines and probably a little bit anxious about how we get back to normal when we do. Hopefully it will be a new normal. I think what we're seeing is some excellent practices, excellent innovations, particularly from the digital platforms, and it's something that I'm really excited about. I think on balance what we also need to be able to do is just acknowledge that some of these new initiatives, some of these new projects and ways of working will also be harbouring some levels of stress and anxiety with you and us as staff members, but also with our patients and carers and families. But I think in our day-to-day practice and the way we're operating to make sure that we keep our patients safe as being absolutely outstanding. The response from our senior managers in the organisation to support us to be able to do the job, but also the response from every single member of staff on the front line has been utterly phenomenal. It's not to say that there's still not challenges and there's still not concerns, and there may be concerns not particularly directly related to the current corona and COVID crisis. So for that reason, that's why I want to remind people that whilst we've got a completely different way of doing things at the moment from a routine perspective, the routine of raising issues needs to stay. Any issues or concerns that we might have, we need to make sure that we're discussing them through, ideally with your line managers, ideally through your usual routes to escalate issues or concerns or to seek advice and guidance. But obviously alternatively you can speak to myself or one of our 15 champions. All the information is available on our Trust intranet. I think for me, one of the things I just want to get across to you all is any niggle or anything that just doesn't feel quite right or is leaving you feeling a bit perplexed, do not feel that because we're in the middle of this COVID crisis that it's not important enough or significant enough to raise. Please go ahead and raise your issues. That way we can be completely assured that we're all sighted on the niggles and the worries that we have, so that we can be really proactive and addressing them. Having worked on the front line as a ward manager, I remain astutely aware of the challenges and the stresses and the tensions that can run through your daily working life, and particularly when we've got positive cases of COVID. I'm also astutely aware and watch with utter admiration at how professional our ward managers have been in managing this situation and how successful they've been in managing it. And I just hope that for anybody who might be feeling a little bit unassured or a little bit unsure about how we're doing things in the organisation, I feel completely assured that we've got the right people in the right jobs in our ward managing this really effectively. Nationally, there's lots of attention around PPE, and I know that internally we have had some issues raised about PPE. I'm pleased to say that the issues that are raised are not about access to PPE. We actually have ample supplies, but that's not to say that there aren't issues in terms of how to use the PPE, when to use PPE. And please don't stop raising those issues. Please continue to raise them, again, via your line managers, or alternative, there's a Q&A box, email box on the COVID website on our intranet. Alternatively to that, we do have the Dear Peter, which is again accessible via the Trust intranet, which is an email that you can email anonymously via that route. And obviously there's myself that you can contact directly on Speak Up at Combined trust.nhs.uk email, or my telephone numbers also on the Trust intranet. Please don't hesitate. If you've got a niggle, you want some advice, you want some assurance, please do go ahead and just give us a call. I think the only other thing I just want to acknowledge is I am aware that obviously this crisis and the changes that we've all had to make and adjust to, whilst on the absolute whole, this has been done remarkably well in our trust, and I think it will be something that the trust will look to celebrate as we move to our new normal. But there will be times where people respond differently to stresses and anxiety levels when they're heightened. And you may fall foul of people responding in a manner that isn't particularly helpful or leaves you feeling negative or upset. And I just want to reinforce that from a trust perspective, we still have an absolute zero tolerance to any kind of bullying or harassment at all. And we absolutely expect every single interaction that we have with each other to be respectful and in line with our trust values. So again, if you're experiencing any of that, please do raise it, preferably with the individual that has left you feeling in that way, because I think sometimes we need to acknowledge we all need a bit of a sense check sometimes. If you don't feel that you can do that, then please do escalate it through your line manager change. But again, alternatively, please do contact myself or one of the Freedom to Speak Up champions. We need to be able to address these issues as they arise and swiftly, because what is really, really important to us and the safety of our patients is that you remain, as you appear to be doing at the moment, with exceptionally good morale, really good robust resilience, and we know that any kind of stress on you in your working life can impact on that. So please do raise those issues. And just touching on that, acknowledging that at this particular time, stress levels will be high, understandably high. Anxiety levels are very much heightened, both probably in your working life but also in your own personal home lives. And our HR and OD colleagues have put some excellent resources on the Trust intranet for you to access. Please do use them. I've gone through them, and there's a few things that I'm going to pick up to help me along the way as well. So obviously your good health will impact on the good health and well-being of our patients, and our main aim is to make sure that we keep you and our patients safe while still providing a real good quality of care. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for everything each and every one of you are doing. Take care and stay safe.